Hello, welcome back. So today we are going to deal with a very important topic, and that is how to read a judgment. Now, most of you may have this problem, some of you may not have this problem, but in the early part of your career, it is extremely important as to know how to approach a judgment, because in India, the court tends to give a very lengthy and voluminous judgments. You see all the famous cases or landmark cases, the judgments run in thousands of pages. So do you really need to read each and every line of that 1,000-page judgment? Well, the answer is no, not really. Okay. What matters is you need to understand which part of the judgment is important and which part is not important. So hence, let us see which are the various parts or the portion of a judgment, or how a judgment is divided. There is a pattern to which a court gives a judgment, and this pattern you will see everywhere in the world. India is not an exception. In all the civilized societies and all the common law countries, a judgment given by a court follows a particular pattern, and it is divided into 4 different parts, broadly speaking. So part 1 of a judgment is normally the facts of the case, where the court enumerates the facts of a particular case before them. Second part is the arguments put forth by the lawyers for both the parties. Here what the court does is the court summarizes, or court reproduces the arguments put forth by senior lawyers or lawyers for the plaintiff or defendants or petitioners or respondents, or for the state or for the accused, depending on the type of proceeding that you are dealing with. The third part is the observations made by the judges. Now this is called in Latin as obiter dicta, and this is something which is confusing most of the time, is that especially if you're reading the reporting of the judgments given by the Supreme Court or High Court in the mainstream media, normally the journalist tends to get confused between the passing remarks given by the judges in hearing a case to actually the ratio of the case, which means the actual part of the judgment which is going to be forming part of the law. So the fourth part of the judgment, according to me, is the most important, and that is a ratio. Ratio means the actual observations and the directions given by the court. So what is important in a judgment is a ratio, and everything else is something which is not binding. So as per the Indian system, or as per the constitution, what is binding in a judgment is a ratio of a court. So normally people confuse between a passing observation made by a court while hearing a matter and the ratio of the case. So what matters for you is to basically focus on the ratio, and that is where your skill will lie. So a skill for a successful lawyer or someone who want to read a judgment is to first identify what exactly you're looking for from that judgment. The moment you know what you want, it becomes much easier for you to actually focus on that area. So like I mentioned earlier, it is not necessary for you to read each and every line or a para or a page. If you can do it, well and good. But if you don't have so much of time, then my suggestion to you would be to focus on the ratio, so that you actually understand what is the law which the court has tried to write by way of that judgment. And that is where identifying that ratio is something which you will have to learn. Now, there are various publications which gives judgments, which prints judgments given by the various courts. So you can choose any publication of your choice. Normally the case notes which are given by these publications will definitely help you identify the exact point that you are looking for. While doing a research, you need to be very precise. You need to save your time, because if you start reading each and every line of a 2,000-page judgment, then you are not going to end that judgment for days to come. And by the time you reach on the last page of the judgment, you would have forgotten what is there on the first page. So hence, being specific is something which is important. So hence, specific is terrific. Thank you.